I'm responsible for corporate affairs and strategy departments and teams. They're quite small. So that's, in the case of strategy stuff, it's strategy planning and performance. So it's measuring our KPI performance and all of that, a lot of which is quite data dependent. And the strategy side, which is informed by some of the data, is broader, and corporate affairs, which interfaces with that as well. So yeah, there's a team of about, so that's a rather strange looking team, but it's about 10 in total. I suppose it's probably more complex around student data than most customer data, because there's a lot of issues around it in terms of, it's financial, it's regulatory, it's personal, it's educational. So it's probably closer to financial services than anything else, but there's probably another element to overlay on. It's complicated and it's very life cycle driven. So there are a lot of critical moments in the year. So again, financial services, only April is critical, but we have critical times with exams, enrollment, recruitment, and they're all student data related. So it's probably the level of complexity that's, if anything, makes it unique. I should start by saying that I only took over this part of the team. I was previously running corporate affairs and only took over the planning and reporting function about 9 months ago, and inherited some work that had been done around data governance, that work that had basically fallen into disrepute, in the sense that or disrepair is probably fairer, in the combination of COVID, some IT issues, and changes of staff have meant that we started to build a program around data governance, but it just fallen away. But one of the complexities we have is that sort of data, because of data protection, has tended to revolve around, or to sit around a governance team, because it's obviously to do with, there are lots of rules now about how you do and don't use data. It's then also sat around a finance team, because a lot of data is obviously finance based. The student record system is run by a registry team, which is a bit discreet, and so my involvement in it is as a user of data. I'm not responsible for the data. I don't have, but then it kind of feels that no one else is either, and so there's just a lack of, we have no one who's in charge of our data, and so a lot of this is about saying, and I'll come back to this later, but given where we are, what are a few things that we need to do as a priority, knowing that one of them was somebody needs to take charge of it, and we need to put some bandwidth behind sorting it out. But as I say, sometimes you need someone else to tell you that.